about to go racing, folks, here at Imatra. Green flag's been waved. We want the lights go out, and indeed they go. A cracking start by, it looked like Brandvoort perhaps, but as they come down to turn number 1, and it is 18 who leads. Pauli Pekkanen from row 2. Pauli Pekkanen goes into the lead. A cracking start by the Finn. So he leads them down into this techno-safe Ukonhauta. This tricky little flip-flop chicane. So, cracking start from Pauli Pekkanen. He leads them, and this is where they go onto the new part of the track now. The old track goes out to the left, and quite a few riders just going up onto the curb, 1 or 2 going up onto the pavement. So we're racing, and it's Pekkanen from Nyman, Chavenier, Hamburg, Walter, Brandvoort, Froscher. Johnson's gone back a couple of places. Here they come down into this chicane, into Kona Paiko. And Hamburg, who had that crash, I just wonder if he's shaken up a little bit. He's back in 4th place, started from pole position, or perhaps, just probably, that he didn't get the greatest of starts. So Pekkanen leads them, and already Nyman right on his back wheel as they come to the new railway bridge. Well, it's new in the fact that it's now a hump, and a proper hump at that as well. And the 600s, the front wheel's just taking off momentarily. And already, perhaps a 4-way fight breaking out at the front. Nyman just trying to stay with Pekkanen, and he's doing exactly that. Hamburg doing his utmost to try and stay with the top 3 if he can, so they go down into the dip. What a noise this makes on the opening lap. Here they come. It's Pekkanen, the local boy who leads. Local in the fact that he's from Finland. Walter still in 5th, just ahead of Froscher. Johnson's gone up in the 7th. Banwart is in 8th. Wendell 9th. Uski rounds out the top 10. But it is still Pekkanen who leads, and he's trying to shake off Nyman if he can. A jump start for 19. So a jump start for number 19, that's Banwart. So he will be given a penalty, of course. He's down in 8th place at the moment, so a jump start for number 19. Meanwhile, out in front, Pekkanen already threatening to, as he goes back wheel up over the curb and onto the pavement, or it's more of a traffic island really, but Pekkanen really pushing. So he goes down RVS technology, the back straight. I want to move perhaps. Oh, and up into 2nd place goes Nyman, Chaveni, and they're battling away between each other for 2nd, and all the while they're scrapping away, Pekkanen is pulling away out in front. So it is Nyman into 2nd place, Chaveni in 3rd. And Hamburg just trying to stay with them if he can. So Nyman not only having to battle with his Czech Republic compatriot, he's also trying to stay with Pekkanen. So I'm not too sure what the jump start penalty will be for Banwart, whether he'll have to come through pit lane or whether he'll get a time penalty. I'm not too sure, but we'll find out soon. But he's still, and Johnson's now into 6th place, Gary Johnson. And he's not too far behind Walter in 5th. Johnson saying that he's just been building and building his confidence as he's got to know the circuit, got to know the bike. It's not his usual bike as well. It's one of Pauli Pekkanen's machines, an old Pauli Pekkanen machine. So Hamburg just losing touch with the front 3, but there's a good gap back, and that gap is extending back to Walter in 5th place. It was 2.5 seconds or a little bit more. Another half a second has just opened up between 4th and 5th. Gary Johnson just still in there in 6th position. So Pekkanen with the advantage of almost a second. If you've tuned in to see Michael Dunlop, by the way, he's only in the Superbike classes. They'll be coming up after this race, of course. And there is Walter in 5th place. Gary Johnson just behind him. There is Johnson using every little bit of the track. And good exit speed from Johnson as he tries to hunt down the man ahead of him. And Johnson was telling me as well yesterday that, yeah, not happy with the tyres, not happy with the bike, blah, 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 but love Imatra. Absolutely in love with Imatra. Absolutely loving racing around here. What an experience, what a ride, what a joy. So Pekkanen, Nyman, Cerveni, it is becoming a three-way fight. And Nyman doing his utmost to stay with the race leader. Cerveni has just lost touch with the front two and is dropped back towards Hamburg a little bit. That gap is increasing between Hamburg and Volta, though, with Johnson just out of picture, poised perhaps to snatch fifth place. So it is Pekkanen from Nyman, Cerveni, Hamburg, Volta, Johnson, Froscher, Wendell, Koski, Banwart. Banwart, who had the jump start penalty. And they are pulling away. It's becoming something of a two-horse race now between Pekkanen and Nyman. It's the Finn versus the Czech Republic. And here's Gary Johnson right behind Volta. And he might fancy his chances of a move going down into turn one at Hutaviat. Across the line they go. Johnson just a tenth of a second, and he's done him. Johnson's gone up into fifth place. So Gary Johnson, can he do anything about that big gap ahead of him, though? He's managed to get past Volta. Just see him blipping the throttle as they go down through into this techno-safe Ukenharta chicane. Now coming on to this right-hand turn. It doesn't have a name as far as I'm aware, but Gary Johnson with a 5-second gap to make up on Pekkanen, Nyman, Cerveni and Hamburg. Corona Paiko. It is still Pekkanen, but only just from Nyman. Nyman is staying with him. He's glued right to him. So it is a Finnish rider from two Czech Republic. Two from the Czech Republic, I should say. We're just waiting for Pekkanen, and here he is to arrive, and Nyman is looking quick and looking to close that gap, and indeed he does. So he really is closing it down. Cerveni is doing his utmost to stay with him, but Nyman is now just 2 tenths behind Peck. Oh, he's gone through. He's gone through. No, he hasn't. It looked as if he'd gone through, but Nyman and Pekkanen still scrapping away together out in front. What a duel this is, and this is maybe Nyman now as they go side by side as they go down into the dip, but Pekkanen still has the advantage, and up onto the start-finish straight, and it is still Pekkanen from Nyman. Over the line they go. Halfway point in the race. My goodness, it's flashed by, absolutely flashed by. Nyman trying everything he can, trying to take as much speed as he can, trying to break his lane. He's got good exit speed as well. Maybe Nyman will just have to bide his time. Oh, he's really scribbling off. Nyman is trying. Nyman is really, really trying, but Pekkanen is keeping it cool and smooth out in front. You can see Nyman's all over the back of him. Absolutely all over the back of him. He can get good exit speed from here. Maybe he can launch an attack down the RBS technology straight. Johnson's lost a little bit of ground. He's still in fifth place. He's lost a fair bit of ground, so maybe Johnson might have to settle for a top 5. Pekkanen, Nyman, Cerveni, and then Hamburg still trying to stay in that picture. Looking a little bit further down the order. This is just inside that Baum in 19th position, just ahead of Seimer, the only woman competitor here today. And that was Joachim that we just saw going into that really tricky turn. Meanwhile, what a battle this is between these two. Nyman is all over Pekkanen, but Pekkanen is just defending his line. He's just, oh, here he goes. What a move this could be up the inside as they go over the railway bridge. He's got the inside into going in. What a move from Nyman. Can he keep it turned in? He can. Nyman's got him. So Nyman with the move of the day so far. Fantastic from Nyman on Pekkanen. So Nyman goes into the lead. Pekkanen is in second place, and anything you can do, Nyman Cerveni thinks, I can do just as well, as he now looks to close in on Pauli Pekkanen. So the locals won't be too happy to see this as he emerges onto the start-finish straight, and Pekkanen's fighting back. Pekkanen with real good straight-line speed, and he's in front again. So he must have a little bit more top end than Nyman. Nyman, though, is going to try him on the brakes coming into turn one. Oh, it's close, it's really close. They almost touch, and Nyman takes over again. Late on the brakes, what a duel this is. This is what we want. And again, Nyman just powers his way in front. Pekkanen has to be in second place. Absolutely incredible racing here at Imatra, and this is why thousands are lining this street circuit. Absolutely superb racing. And great exit speed from Nyman as well. And Pekkanen just loses a little. However, we've just saw on the start-finish straight as they come down through RVS technology. Again, Pekkanen has got that little bit more, and he goes back into the lead, does he? No, he just tucks in behind Nyman because Nyman is a demon on the brakes in this race. He's certainly got that bike set up for late braking. Pekkanen's got it set up for high-end speed. And Chiveni has got it set up just to watch these two battle away out in front. What a classic duel this is. Absolutely top draw. So Nyman still from Pekkanen. Pekkanen, though, needs to stay on the back of Nyman if he can. So when they go through the dip and they start their next lap, he can try and attack again. However, this is as big a lead that Nyman has had over Pekkanen at any point in the race. And now Chiveni in third place is thinking about second. Cracking racing here in Imatra. Well, it's the 60th anniversary of racing here at this wonderful circuit. And this is why the thousands flock here each year to watch the racing. And Pekkanen will be disappointed that he's not as close to Nyman, and this is working in Nyman's favour. Hamburg still back in fourth place. Jorn Hamburg holding on to fourth, then in a big gap back to Gary Johnson. Here he comes in fifth place, still got Walter on his tail. Meanwhile, no change at the front as they go into turn one at Huttervliet. Then it's over to Nordic. Then into Technosafe Ukenhouter. And then coming up to this unnamed corner. Really tight exit. So close, so inch precise perfect on the exit as they kiss the curb. So can Pekkanen do anything about Nyman? He's still very much within touching distance. Here's Hamburg still holding on to fourth place. No Lauren Hoffman. Sorry, that was in the other classes. Are just looking down through Johnson, Walter, Vendel, Froescher, Kowski, Banoit. That's the top 10. So, counting down the laps. It's still Nyman from Pekkanen, from Chiveni. Two riders from the Czech Republic in the top three. And even though he's slightly off the pace, I think Gary Johnson will tell you at the end of this one how much he's enjoyed racing today. It has been a long old day. The roads have been closed since 8:30 this morning. That's local time. That's 6:30 back home in the UK, 7:30 across most of Europe. So the Finnish public have been very patient, but they're very proud of their racing here, and you can see why. We've already had Giacomo Agostini blasting around this circuit as they celebrated and also renamed it the Jarno Saarinen circuit. Here comes Gary Johnson. Can't shake off Walter. It's still Nyman from Pekkanen. And again, the gaps as we look at Johnson and Walter again. This is 5th and 6th place that we're watching. A little glance over from Gary Johnson. You can see as well what a roller coaster of a ride this track is. Real undulation. A lot of flip-flopping going around. And again into this turn. I have to give this a name somehow. Johnson back on the power again. really loving being here, as we all are. Absolutely fantastic racing. Meanwhile, while these two scrap away for fifth, is Volta going to maybe chances on here? No, I don't think so. He'll just tuck back in, has a little look out, tucks back in. You can see a gap back to Vendel, Koski and Froscher. It's a cracking battle going on for 7th place as well further back. No change in the order in the top 4 either. But we are running out of time. The laps are counting down. Superbikes to come next, followed by sidecars. And there'll be a full day's racing, of course, tomorrow. So make sure that you're tuned in, watching us here live. And Gary Johnson still keeping Volta at arm's length. Back with the race leaders, and here comes Pekkanen again. There's that top speed. So Pekkanen has got him, but can he hold it as he hits the brakes now? Nyman might just get him on the brakes. The thing is, Pekkanen has got the inside line. He's got the racing line. As they go side by side, it's touch and go. It's closer to go over the railway line. And Pekkanen is back in the lead from Nyman. Now, if Pekkanen can keep Nyman behind him through here, and then onto the RVS technology back straight, then we could be in for something very, very special. Oh, and maybe a mistake from Giovanni, because he's really dropped off the pace. But here we go. Pekkanen, as we've seen, has got that speed, but can Nyman get him on the approach into the chicane? We're just looking further back down the order. That's that's Makala. That's a battle for 20th. Just behind them will be the battle for the lead. So that is, again, as I reiterate, the battle for 20th place that we're looking at right now. And here we come. Here they are. It is still Pekkanen from Nyman. But now we're in Nyman territory, really. We're back. This is where Nyman really was really strong. That's where he passed Pekkanen earlier on, but this time Pekkanen is on the defensive. Now Pekkanen needs to keep Nyman behind him through here when they get onto the straight. Try and open up a little bit of a gap, but there's traffic ahead, as we've seen that battle for 20th place. So it's Pauli Pekkanen against Peter Nyman. Now Pekkanen, as we've seen, has got this straight line speed, and with slower traffic up ahead, that can also come into play. So on lap 9 of 10, one more lap to go. And Pekkanen just with that little bit of an advantage. Can he keep on to this? It's going to be a sizzler of a last lap. Look at the ground that Nyman's making as they come into this turn. And he's caught him right up. Now he needs to find a way through. Here he goes. Perhaps no, he'll have to tuck in as they go down through this little chicane. So through Ita Nordic and Teknosafe Fukuhata. Oh, they are right in amongst the traffic now. And Pekkanen has lost out to Nyman. Nyman has made the most of that. So Nyman from Pekkanen. We just missed out, unfortunately, what happened there, but certainly it's Nyman from Pekkanen. Pekkanen from Nyman now, obviously. So they come down towards this straight. Incredible. Who is going to take the checkered flag? It's between these two. Giovanni's going to take third. It is still Nyman who leads from Pekkanen. Peter Nyman from the Czech Republic. Here they come. Into the chicane. It's all about whether Pekkanen can get some speed over the line. And I think maybe the finish line might just be on the finish rider. We'll have to wait and see. So over the bridge they go, and that is a good lead for Nyman to have over Pekkanen at this stage, with the checkered flag about to be unfurled. So they're coming round to SUF Helsinki and then into Mitra. And it looks like Peter Nyman is going to win this one. It's not over yet, folks. He's got to make sure he doesn't make any mistakes between now. That looks good, really good, and Pekkanen isn't close enough. Pauli Pekkanen is not close enough to Peter Nyman. as they come towards the checkered flag. It's going to be victory for Nyman from the Czech Republic. Pekkanen is pushing. He's not going to do it though. It's Nyman who takes the checkered flag here in the Supersport class in the IRRC Championship. What a battle between these two. Pauli Pekkanen was superb. Absolutely fantastic ride, fantastic racing. Giovanni takes third place, Hamburg is fourth. But what a race that was here at Imatra.